All right, welcome to Every Day is Funny, the inaugural ep. I'm Adam Oppenheimer, and I am so tired. And I want to start by telling you why we're here, what the endeavor of this project is. I've introduced myself a bit. Not really, I just said my name. That's not much. But a little bit about me. I'm an unemployed creative at the moment. I work in the television industry, but finding a gig is tough. And what's also tough is maintaining a work ethic of waking up every day, every morning early when you don't have a gig. Kind of get into the lazy habit of just sleeping in a bit. And I was also talking to a manager colleague in the entertainment industry, and they stressed the importance of, for someone like me who wants to be in the creative field, perhaps write, perform comedy in some capacity, they stressed the importance of content creation and creating as much content as possible. And at one point that seems a bit unnecessary and frankly annoying in a world filled with enough content already. But I know it's the way to make the digital footprint, so I want to give it the attempt. And so I thought of this idea to wake up every morning and review and discuss the world of newspaper comics. Because newspaper comics, I think most people do have an attachment to them, or at least some sort of nostalgic memory. I mean, they were hidden amongst the drudgery and the sadness of other newspaper topics and headlines. And they were something that I would enjoy flipping to. The only bit of levity. And so I kind of want to celebrate them. Celebrate the artists. Also, because most comedy happens at night. We think of late night TV, we think of stand-up shows. Comedy tends to be a nighttime thing. And I kind of want to celebrate and look at the people who handle the other 12 hours of the day. I didn't divvy up that day properly, but you know what I mean, the morning. And similar to late night shows, what I love about newspaper comics in particular, and comedy in this same vein, is that it has to come out every day. It's not like you wait until you have a great idea. You have to do it. And I think newspaper comics have that same sort of quality about them, albeit on a much smaller scale. And I want this to be meditative. I kind of want it to be a comedy podcast, but I mainly just want it to be something you can enjoy in the morning, gives you a bit of a cozy, warm feel. Grab a cup of coffee, read the comics with me. I got a cup of coffee right here. I'll link the comics below, or don't. You don't have to read it with me. Let me just talk to you, and hopefully my tired as hell self will be a nice meditative force for the morning. As much as I want to entertain the listener, which I am very focused on, it also gives me a chance to simply just wake up in the morning, slow down, sip some coffee, read some comic strips, and be more present in life in general. The show's mantra is going to be this: life's hard, let's read some comics. Unless I come up with a better mantra. Honestly, it was the first mantra I thought of. But here's the plan for every morning. Talk a bit, maybe give some life updates, relay any random thoughts I've been thinking about lately, and then read like 2 or 3 comics, review them, discuss them. And by review, I don't want to do like 3 out of 5 stars. I don't think that fits the vibe of what I'm going for. I'm not here to tear anything down. I want to just celebrate the work. I just want it to be a fun, chill way to start your day with some laughs sprinkled in. Because that's pretty much the tone and purpose of newspaper comics to begin with. Maybe down the line I'll bring on guests. I also set up an email account where you can message me any thoughts on this show or the comics I'm reading about or any I should check out. And I'll read those on air if you want me to. The email is everydayisfunnyshow@gmail.com. Which, before we get into the comics, I found it fascinating. I came up with this title for the show, Every Day is Funny. Newspaper comics are often called funnies, so I thought it'd be a nice little play on that. I also thought that the idea of me waking up every morning to do this is funny. And And I went and I bought everydayisfunny.com. I mean, it's very spare. You can go check it out at this point. But how was that not taken? Everydayisfunny.com. How did not one comedian or illustrator or weirdo dude not swipe up that domain? I'm taking it as a sign. I probably shouldn't. There's not much to that. But I'm taking it as a sign that I'm doing the right thing here. But how was that not taken? Another thing I was thinking about yesterday before getting into the comics. You ever think about jobs you like assume you would crush, even though you have like no background in it or real knowledge about how they operate? Because like, I've been thinking about guys who make graphic tees. And last night I thought of the phrase, won't serve a ruler till they're cooler. And I was like, that would be the next fucking great t-shirt slogan. That'd be like the next keep calm and carry on. It'd change the t-shirt game. But I feel like probably most people come up with a thing, they're like, that should be on a graphic tee. But won't serve a ruler till they're cooler. Really seems like there's something there. Please, if you have any thoughts on that or any friends in the t-shirt biz, I don't have friends in high places like that. All right, let's take a look at the comics of the day. I'm going to start with Calvin and Hobbes. Classic. Feels like a great first one to go to. And I'm looking at today's Calvin and Hobbes comic through gocomics.com. I'll link it, of course, if you want to follow along with me as I take a look at each of these. All right, April 29th, Calvin and Hobbes. We got Calvin running. He says, wow, nobody's on the swings. I can't believe it. He's on his way to the swings. A free seat on the swings. He says, I almost never get a swing at recess. This is great. No one is telling me to hurry up. Higher, higher. And then, final panel. Either this is my lucky day or I missed the end of recess bell again. That's pretty good. I like that Go Comics has comments. I would love to. Hopefully, we build up enough of a fan base here where we can all be commenting on these things daily. That would be so much fun. But I think that's an okay strip. I think it gets to the heart of a lot of feelings we all have. Excitement about an opportunity that we rarely get. But then kind of the fear of the guilt of, wait, if this thing is happening, there must be a problem. I think it's good. Solid work from Bill Watterson there. Let's take a look at the comments. Top comment is, just enjoy it. Trust me, being 5 minutes late for class when you're 6 years old will not ruin your life. You know what? That's a good point, my man. Let's move on to Family Circus. This is a particular comic strip I've always loved since I was a child. We're now going to comicskingdom.com. I will put that link below. Okay, so we see the young boy of the family walking in dirty from playing outside, where his sister, I assume, is sitting there and with a shovel and pail playing in the dirt. And he's covered in this dirt. And he says, Dolly made me a mud pie, but I'm still hungry. Okay, cool. Yeah, it sounds a little dirty in a sense, but I understand it. I dig it. I don't know why this kid's like announcing. All right, I guess he's naive and stupid. But maybe if you're like eating dirt, you should know by this point to like not tell the parents. Like do your little weird stuff outside, and then just come in and get the food. You don't have to like say what you were doing. Hasn't this kid learned anything through all these misadventures? I do like the strip. I like these strips that just have one line, because that's very tough to do, encompass a entire premise or joke in one line. Even if it's not a gut-busting laugh or anything, just to encapsulate everything that's happening with the one line it's very impressive. And I dig it. I'm giving this one a thumbs up as well. Let's take a look at the comments. Top comment by Bill F. Don't want to break it to you, Jeffy, but that wasn't mud. It was a nice sloppy dog log. Jesus Christ, Bill F. I didn't know the morning comic community was so perverse. I mean, I kind of alluded to the same sort of thought. I was never going to call it a dog log, though. Good Lord, Bill. I want to get Bill F on the show now. Yeah, let's say, like, episode 1, we need, like, a long-term goal. Let's get Bill F on the show. All right, I think with that, we will bring this inaugural ep to a close. Just to reiterate, my email, feel free to send me thoughts, comments, concerns, other comics I should check out. The email is everydaysfunnyshow@gmail.com. And yeah, this has been a fun start to the morning. I've really enjoyed this. In terms of, I will be doing it daily. I will try and do it as early as possible, but we'll see how that starts. Perhaps if we get a real momentum going and some people start tuning in, I'll be very strict about waking up very early. But in the beginning, I will just stress and promise that every day before the afternoon, there will be a new ep. And yeah, I appreciate everybody for joining me this morning. I hope you'll come back tomorrow. And yeah, every day is funny.